Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of KaoshKraft. How you doing today on this lovely day? I'm Conman here, your lovely host of this channel. And today, we got some talking to do. Oh my goodness, I've got some stuff I want to talk about. So, I'm so flustered right now. So, the title of this video, I'm going to get right into this because let's be real, it's going to take up a long time of talking about stuff. So the title of this video is YouTube, and the reason I'm calling this YouTube is because there's been a lot of stuff, especially this last week, this month in general. People have been saying, why do I have haste? Hang on, what? Sorry, I'm confused. What? Before we get into this topic, why do I have haste? Who's got is there, Yield put one there. Okay, never mind. So, this topic is about YouTube, and the reason for this being YouTube is because there's been a lot of talk in the community about YouTube changing, and this and that, and all this stuff that's going on. Massive YouTubers like PewDiePie, Markiplier, KSI, getting into some drama and all that. Now, you guys know me. I'm not someone who generally talks about drama or voices my opinion too much on that type of stuff. I'm just not that type of person. But something got to me the other day. So anyways, I'm just going to do a quick little overview of what has happened. So KSI responded to some videos made by Markiplier and Markiplier and PewDiePie. And they're basically saying that YouTube is changing and this community is being changed, not for the better, where all this stuff going on. And I mean, they made some valid points, but they also pretty much just said that they were talking about YouTube changing for views, which was exactly what they were doing. So they were condescending themselves a little bit, but they were making some decent points. And the guy who stirs up a lot of stuff, Drama Alert Keemstar, he reported this and kind of called out PewDiePie, and that kind of sparked some stuff going on in the YouTube community. Anyways, so all of a sudden then Matthew Santoro's getting into it, and all these people are kind of picking sides, whether they're picking sides with Keemstar, whether they're picking sides with KSI, PewDiePie, Markiplier, whoever it may be. It started to get a little ugly, just a little not very fun. These role models, these top YouTubers, are kind of at war with each other for a little bit. And that is really nothing new. Let's be real. YouTube does have its fair share of drama. It's the reason why channels like Drama Alert, Philip DeFranco, channels like that can survive. It's because what they're based on. It's what people subscribe to them for. And so now that you got kind of just a little backstory on, I'm not going to say really who is right, who is wrong, but something got to me. And I voiced a little bit on Twitter for this. And here is my reasoning behind this. So I was watching along with Keemstar, and he started saying that Markiplier said the N-word one day. Okay? And so he's a little upset with Markiplier because I think Markiplier saying some stuff he doesn't agree with. So all of a sudden, he's slightly targeting him, I guess you could say. But maybe he is also reporting the news, which is what he claims to do all the time. He only reports the news. Which is fair, because YouTube is this huge media market now, and I completely agree. There does need to be news coverage for it, and I think everybody has the right to have their information compiled in one place, because that's all news stations do. I mean, if we were expected to search for our own information, the Channel 6 News, or whatever news station that you have, would not exist. It just wouldn't. That's the thing of it. Like, they are the reporters, so they do their own research for it, and they compile all the news and put it in one place. Awesome. I've watched Drama Alert. I have no problem with the news being reported on, as long as it's a non-biased opinion. And that's the thing. When you hear news anchors commenting on a story, they do not have any personal interest in the story, at least brought to screen or brought to their Twitter. They do not voice their own personal opinions and say that this is what they think. They are just telling you what has been facts and what has happened. So the reason behind this is because he said that he said the N-word when it was clearly a slip-up of the tongue, okay? And I'm just going to say this. I'm not really that big of a Markiplier fan to begin with. I've just never really been all that into his stuff, which is fine. But he seems like a genuinely nice guy. And I know people can be fake on the internet and also all that stuff. But, I mean, he seems like genuinely a nice guy. And he slipped up. It was an obvious mistake. I mean, he apologized for it right after. And I was following along with Keemstar on Twitter. And he pretty much reported the news. He said, this is what has happened. He said the N-word. And he reported it as a fact that he said the N-word. And when it was clearly a mistake in the word use, he was trying to say catch a tigger with a T, because that is the saying. You know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tigger. And his words just got slipped up. And Keemstar even admitted it kind of sounds like digger with a D. So, you know what I mean? It was just it was a slip up, and he reported it, and then it was apologized, and that should have been the end of it. But for about 2 hours straight after that, he just kept going on and on about it. It's just what he did, and he wouldn't stop. I'm just thinking, holy crap, like, you're kicking a dead horse. Is that a saying? Kicking a dead horse? I'm not entirely sure. You're just going after something that is not news. And that's kind of like the problem. A lot of these these news sources are saying that they're just reporting the news. It's okay because that's what they do. They report the news. And I'm fine with news being reported on YouTube about drama stuff, because really that should be, like, YouTube people, like the bigger ones, are celebrities. They're YouTube celebrities. They're role models. And so they should have somebody always kind of looking over their shoulders so they don't do bad stuff. You know, and that's what I think these type of channels do. They report that, and they kind of keep these people in line, because the last thing they want is to end up on Drama Alert. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Reporting on something that isn't news and keep going after it for like 2.5 hours and blocking people on Twitter when they're telling you, okay, enough's enough. That's a little ridiculous. And I've always been kind of the supporter that there needs to be YouTube news. And right recently, I've noticed that a lot of stuff that gets reported on is not newsworthy. You know, it's not worth the fact that you guys are purposely going after these channels when really they did not much wrong. I mean, yes, maybe you do report it. You say, it sounded like he said the N-word. Obviously he didn't, but it sounded like it. That is your news today. Let's aim for 2 likes, whatever. Drama Alert Nation now over how many subscribers, right? That's where it ends. That's where it ends. Or if it's a Twitter, like he said on Twitter, just drop it after you drop that one tweet, because one thing I want to make perfectly clear, he considers himself a reliable news source. And he reports the news. That's what he says, and that's his defense to everything. He reports the news. But if you want to be a credible news source, and this is my opinion alone, because right now I'm kind of a little upset seeing this constantly all over Twitter and all this back and forth, but if he wants to be considered a reliable news source, a credible news source, then this is my opinion, but he can't voice his own opinions on Twitter. He can't about any story that he's going to cover. He just can't. And that is my honest opinion, is you can't be involved directly in the news. You know, if you're going to report it, that is perfectly fine. And I think some people do that very well on YouTube. They report whatever drama or whatever news is going on very accurately, and they report more stuff than just the bad, you know? Like, they throw in a nice story. They say, this person did this person did that. And I know he does the odd one, but it's more bad than good, in my opinion. And a lot of the stuff that he reports on is his opinion. It's really his opinion that it's a news show, but it's an opinionated news show. And I don't know that he can call it a credible news source when he throws in his opinion. So that is kind of my thoughts on this whole saga of YouTube drama, left, right, and center. Because it like I said, it really does need to be reported on. It does. I'm a firm believer that it needs to be reported, and I think it does do some good. It keeps the big YouTubers in check, and it compiles all the information in one place. So don't get me wrong when I'm saying I'm against these news outlets on YouTube, because I'm not. I watch them. I'm going to be quite honest. I watch them, and I listen to what they say, and then I make my own opinion on the situation after that. I'm not one of those sheep people who just hear one video and say, oh, he's right, and then go to listen to another video, oh, he's right, because I've witnessed this firsthand. There's 3 sides to every story. There's the truth, and then there's your side, and then there's his side, or whatever it may be. There's 3 sides. The truth is somewhere in the middle. And when you express an opinionated show like that, you are not giving people the cold hard facts. You are giving people your opinion. And it just can't be credited as a credible news source, in my opinion. It's frustrating to see all the time. I had to unfollow him because it was so ridiculous. And he holds himself like he's a god above everybody because he's got an opinion. And I don't even know. I'm just rambling now, saying the same thing. But it's getting a little much. The YouTube drama on YouTube is getting to be a little much. And I know it may sound like I'm just talking about this to get views. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just more talking about this because it's something that I'm kind of taking a different stance on than a lot of people. They've got one is like, no, we got to stop drama altogether, and then the other one is like, oh no, drama's fine. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. I think there's something in between where YouTube is fine and the drama is fine, to be quite honest. Yes, there's drama because, let's face it, it's internet. You're not dealing with people face to face. It's just how it is. People are a lot faker online because you only see the 20-minute video they post or whatever it is. It's just a lot faker, and that's why there's a lot of backstabbing that happens in the internet. But it's also true in real life. It's politics everywhere you go. It's who you know. It's not what you do, it's who you know. And that's pretty much what YouTube is, because it's turning into a real life business. People are going to backstab their way to the top. If they see an opportunity, they will take it. And Keemstar saw, and these other news outlets, they saw an opportunity to report on all the drama, and they took it, which is completely fine, because if we're going to be credited as a valid media form, it's always saying, like, let's fight the TV's being taken down by YouTube, then you need news outlets. You do need people to report the news to keep people in check, because that's just how it is. I mean, there's not going to be, as of right now at least, there's not police investigations all that often for YouTube stuff, right? So when something happens, it's just considered, oh, it's online stuff, because a lot of the police officers are not quite in this age yet. So how do you report it? Well, you get news outlets on YouTube. But if they're going to be valid news outlets, just can't be opinionated. So I don't think YouTube's broken. I really don't think it is. It's more so just, it's just, I don't know. I don't even know how to finish off that one. I think it's fine. It's just people are blowing it way out of proportion. But it doesn't help when you are expressing the news as an opinion. Anyways, guys, that is my short little rant today. I don't know if what's going to happen with this video. I'm kind of excited to get it uploaded to see what your guys' opinion is on the whole situation. If something that small, like a word mishap, should be blown into this giant rant fest, or if it's just an apology saying, like, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to say it. It really was an accident. Should that be the end of it? And should that be the way that a lot of the drama gets reported on? Because I think we should be informed, because we don't always watch every single video. should be informed because that's his job to inform us, but it shouldn't be his job to push his opinion onto us. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to comment down below what your take on the whole YouTube drama situation is, and I'll be sure to talk to you guys next time.